So I did some math this morning, and I have been in this glass box of emotion for 64 hours since Monday noon. Woo! I'm doing great. Don't let my face tell you anything otherwise. Multiply that by 4, that's how much downforce you have. You gotta watch a video Molly edited for us. She edited it for me, for you guys to watch, what it technically is for us. We have entered the twilight zone. It feels like where you close your eyes and then you're back in a tractor type of deal. It's something to admit with you guys though. We skipped yesterday. We didn't really YouTube yesterday. It was not a very productive day at all. Less than 100 acres. We did 2 fields, did my shop. We had some people stop and visit us. Got 3 different seed deliveries. We put in a little bit of a trial. Probably I would have still YouTubed yesterday, except for it was blowing hard in the wolf trying to get to them piggies. It's about 6:30. I'm gonna fire up this tractor, let it warm up. I'm gonna eat my breakfast sandwich. Blow me! What's left of my breakfast sandwich? Oh, she knows she's in trouble. Oh, she didn't get it. Oh yeah, you're hiding back there, huh? She was eating my breakfast sandwich. She was going for it. Sourdough sausage, egg, and cheese, made by yours truly. So we are in Jerome today, which is the farm that we did all that tile work on. Why are there a bunch of soybeans on the ground here? Where did you guys come from? Huh. Hopefully I don't have a, oh, that's where it came from. Have a hole and a hose. Until Colt gets here with my truck, I don't really have much tools. But I do, again, have my handy so dandy tile tape. Just look at that beauty. 3-cent fix right there, boys. We have an absolute mix of a seed bed here. Vertical tillage on corn ground, getting it ready to rock and roll. So should have sent Colt over here and dissed us again. He'll grow beans. They actually probably plant pretty decently. We'll find out anyways, won't we? Go plant something, yeah? Yeah? Yeah. It's peaceful. My phone's not ringing. Nothing's been screwed up yet. Usually you got fuel in the tractor, there's seed in the planter. All you have to do is hop in and plant. It's now about 9 o'clock. Told Colt to be here about 9:30 or so with that tender. My tile fix is holding on strong. And I've got about 500 pounds worth of seed on, which is right around 10 acres worth of seed, which I can do in about half an hour. So time it looks like we're on time. Or we're screwed now. Don't you think, little mate? Well, my knight in seed tending armor is here. 9:27. We better just quit for the day. That worked out too good.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump in here in the middle of this video real quick. It's a month later because we have done nothing but rain pretty much after we get the soybeans out, which you guys will see. Then I plant corn for like 2.5 days. It's been a rain out ever since then. So with that, we've had 8+ inches of rain, I do believe. Fingers crossed that this weekend we can actually get back in and try and finish putting the crop in the ground after having a really good start. Anyways, rambling on that, I want to show you guys what this tile is doing for us this year. And it's not fully working yet. It takes a little while for the tile to actually like perform at its highest point, but it is already pulling down on some moisture. So here's where our tile line is, and golly, the sun's first thing in the morning, kind of an issue deal. So here's where our tile line is. This is where you can actually see the actual tile line being ran. And the stand is not great, but it's there, and it's probably enough to get us a crop out. Here is right in between the tile lines, so you guys can see beans. Beans look good. In between the tile lines, we have some stand issues here. So I think we might end up with doing a little bit of replant. Somehow there's some beans that are still trying to come up. I don't know if that guy's viable or if that guy's viable, but there's some guys that are still trying to poke their way up. So I don't know if we'll replant yet, but this just goes to show how like beneficial pattern tile it is down here in our area, especially when we get onto our flats that don't drain right. Good stand of beans, good for being swamped basically all spring to poor stand of beans. Pattern tile your dirt. Aggression. Travis, you better stay out of that one. Oh, we've got like 1.5 boxes loaded on here. Got a half day today, so we're going to fill up. Then he's gonna go get me some more seed. So if you guys can see this purple flower kind of right there, it's kind of tilted up a little bit. There's a little bit of purple flower right there. Patch back over on the top back there. There's been a lot of people, like not on the internet, but in real life, they've been asking me about these purple flowers. We've got these purple flowers showing up. Where are these purple flowers coming from? Well, funny story a little bit about that that's kind of made me giggle, I guess, is about, I don't know, 3 years ago or something like that, when I went out to Ohio to tile with Brian. We were going down, I was going down through some of those bottoms out there by his place, and there was this one field completely covered in purple. So I showed up to his shop or whatever, and I said, hey, you guys got like a neighbor that grows lavender or, you know, something along those lines? Like, what's that purple field down there? And Bob and Brian looked at me kind of like goofy, like, you don't have that? Like, that's a weed. So that is, from what I can figure out, is called henbit or whatever, is those purple flowers. And they asked if I had it, if we had it around here, and I said no, not that I know of, or you know, you don't really see it. But I think we've had it around here. But with the really mild winter that we've had, and then on top of it, with the early spring, I think that the henbit's been able to express itself and get to flowering before we get to farming, even though we're, you know, kind of everything's kind of rushed ahead. So I think that we've had very much so like an Ohio style winter and, you know, earlier spring, southern Ohio wise, and therefore we're seeing the purple flower, something that we never saw and we're seeing. So for those of you that want to know what that purple flower is, it's a weed, and it's getting the flower because of the spring that we are having. That is my uneducated educated guess. Do with it as you please. 1:30 and we are 70 acres in. rotating around and head to the next one. Not quite sure what the next one is. I think we're going to a 30-acre field next. Go knock it out. Got it. Well, it's currently 6:46. I have about 60 acres of seed on. We've done, what have we done? 120 acres today. So, getting along, and if I pull all this out, it'll be like 10 o'clock or so, and then probably quit at that point in time. But I have brownies from Molly. You gotta be really careful eating anything out of, aluminum foil, because if you accidentally eat it by chance, you'll sheet metal. Well, that one's so. The other good thing is that I'm actually in a pretty big field now. So I can hang out here for the rest of the night and then start here again in the morning. So that's kind of nice to not be roading every couple hours right now. So knock this out. If I work really hard through the weekend here, come Monday we can basically have all the beans in the ground. No corn, but we could have all the beans in the ground, so that might be nice. We can then flip around and focus on planting corn and getting spraying done, and kind of have one of the big tasks taken care of. Starting to get nice enough I would be planting corn, but why stop the momentum that we've got going on right now, especially headed into the weekend, where it's just gonna be Dad and I working. $9:05. My lunchbox is empty. I've got 14 acres left of seed and I'm quitting for the day. 156 acres done so far today. So I figured I'd run. Box is empty. 2 videos together today, because if the day goes good, I should sit in the tractor in the same field basically all day until this evening. I need to get the boxes that I should have 2 empty boxes. This box is empty. Since we're going to a shed and the labor is short today, I'm going to actually put another one on the bed of my truck. And the shed's, the reason I'm doing that, because the shed that we're going to has a forklift there. So I can mess around with them there. But that right there is loaded for beans. So this would be a super simple fix if we had the part, but go figure, we don't have a spare one of those. Hello.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, those plastic dogs on the row units that hold the chain tight, you know, there's a spring that holds that down or whatever, and I broke one of those last night. I was trying to find the gray box. I found the gray box, but there's no spare one of those in there, so I gotta go rob one off of the 3600 so I can go. You guys aren't gonna be able to see this very good, and that's okay because I can't either. But we're just gonna try and reach in here. Prop up the way here. Man, that's... Someone put that on there today. We might have an issue. The tails on these are significantly longer. So there's the difference in between the new style and the old style. Just a 3/4 of an inch to inch longer tail. But I think I can finagle it to make it work. Gonna rig it real quick. So to fix it, I just add a little length. I got on a little electrical splice and added it to it. And I don't know if it needs it or not, but the ongoing theme for how I've fixed this planter a few times so far this year is tile tape. So we're going to tile tape it. That little splice on there. Again, I don't even know if it needed that little extension on there, but it got it. So now this should hook. I don't know, this should go some way or shape or form. Okay. That's going to be difficult. They're just formed a little bit differently where the hook goes. So after running down to get that spring, it's 12:30 now, and then also, well, May decided to eat the whole tray of rat poison or mouse poison, so she got an emergency trip to the vet and is now with Molly's mom. So she got the whole hydrogen peroxide, regurgitation, vitamin K. She's doing fine now, but needless to say, I'm not the happiest that someone left rat poison out. But that's funny. Molly, for her job, had to go to the zoo in Des Moines, so she's gonna pick her back up and come drop her back off. But we're finally back to planting. Big time delay, wasted 5 hours, 5.5 hours. So puts a pretty big dent into what I was hoping to get done. Don't think we're going to be done planting beans now by Sunday evening. Maybe push through Monday. We'll see. Currently, I am listening to, that might be a title. Currently, I'm listening to John Stryker Meyer. Book is like Over the Fence, and he was basically a SOG member, kind of like a secret board here in Vietnam. Kind of tells about the things that they did. If you guys are interested in something along those lines, kind of like war history, war stories type of thing, look up the SOG boys. Those guys were some dudes. They were some dudes. Well, good thing I bought multiple of those coil over wire thingy bobbers. Just broke another one. I think they're getting fatigued because the fact that we're no-tilling this, and the snapping rolls I think are worn out on our corn head, and leaving in between that and maybe the drought last year, leaving like longer, taller, spindlier stalks, and so it's ending up in the chains, and I think it's flexing those way more often than that would normally be, and they've been breaking. I've got 2 more of them, so, well, 1 more after this, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. But on that note, sounds like we need to really consider rebuilding the corn head. Has anybody used those like Calmer snapping rolls or any other like aftermarket rollers that they put onto their corn head that do a nice job for no-tilling soybeans next year? Let me know. Well, I figured if 2 days in one video is good, 3 days in one video is better. It's 6:34. I did something a little different last night. I figured out that I was not going to finish this field unless I went until like way late at night, and then I'd be screwed up for today. Planter brain's definitely already setting in. But I filled up the next Protivate trial, putting in another like 5-acre Protivate trial here at this farm. So that's, I think, the 3rd test that I've done on that. And for soybeans, still got more to do for corn. And then filled it up so I can start with it. All I gotta do is change the product in the monitor this morning. I had like 1.5 boxes left, so I took those off here last night. So I got 1.5 boxes sitting there. And then I went and got 4 more boxes and put those on the tender here this morning. So I put those on the tender this last night, and sun's coming up fast, but put those on last night. That way all I had to do this morning was, when my alarm went off an hour ago, or a little more than an hour ago, was basically assemble my lunch. Gonna come out here and mark this split. Bingo. That way I can see any visual differences. But I like those pokey closing wheels. Look at what they look like. Yes, that's the sound they make in my head. Okay, 20 acres in. 8.2, time to load. There we go, loaded again. Well, we got this one done. It's like, oh, that's the planting monitor. Look at this colorful deal we got going on here. We got different brands there, different hybrids there, treatment trials there, and there. That's a string close up. Different blends of soybeans. I think it's all kind of colored in, isn't it? But we can head to the next field. So I got 2 fields around here to go. So both of them about 100 acres. You guys want to see something? See number row 11 on the front is creating a blue streak right there. Shut her down real quick. What that blue streak means is that it's overplanted. Not by much, but it is overplanted. And with the nifty C-tube monitors, I have a sneaking suspicion I know what's going on. So here's row number 11. Here's a little chunk of corn stalk that's been riding around in that sprocket, making it go just a little bit faster. And that will cause a blue streak, make it overperform. Kind of crazy, huh? Fashion, I'm basically out of seed, and I've got like 6 acres left, or 8 acres left, somewhere along those lines. There we go. Luckily, I called Dad. He's got my truck and buggy here, so we got some seed that we can fill up with. But I think we're out. But after a quick 1,000-pound refill, we'll be filling again here at the next field that I get to, which is the last field for this area, except for some beans after what am I trying to, after some hay and stuff like that. So I think that's where we're gonna do it. It's 7:20 in the next 15 minutes I'll be done here. We'll have done 160, 170 acres for the day. And I'm gonna go home a little early. Might be home about 9 o'clock tonight. I got emails and stuff that I gotta respond to, and office work and all that stuff too. So you ever sat here with a cup and tried to figure out how to even get it to frickin' work? Makes you feel really intelligent first thing in the morning. I'll just take the lid off. Could be the problem. Just kidding. So we're in our last 90 acres. Here in Athens County for soybeans. 0 acres of corn. Tends around and gets cool at the end of the week, like highs of like 55 degrees or so, which is okay. I can go take out some trees and do a little land improvement project. I'm not in a hurry to plant any of my corn. Doesn't mean that my dad's not in a hurry to plant any of his corn. This early on, I'd like to see ground temperatures a little bit warmer for the corn. So, corn planter's not ready to go anyways. So going into the end of the week, we got rain tomorrow, or it starts tonight. Then we get to like 50s for a little while. But so like to me, it kind of looks like probably a week from now will be the time to start planting corn. Doesn't mean that won't plant some ahead of that. But rain, wind, rain. Yeah, probably about Monday would be about the time. Make a good run that next Monday. Out here, I'm thinking I'm going to go help a neighbor get his crop in. So after we get this part done. So I'm actually not that far from being done with this farm. It's been a pretty peaceful morning so far. It's 1 o'clock and we've got 80 acres in, so we'll go take on the next piece here in a second. But we're pretty much got Appalachian Wayne County in. Alright.
Oh no, get in the mud.
She'll be muddy when you get back.
She loves the mud.
There's plenty of it around right now. Come on. But that's the end of that video. Little did I know that I would not be planting for such a long time after that. So we'll be going back to work, kind of trying to space these videos out because of the amount of rain delay that we've had. Tilling here at the pumpkin patch, planted some apple trees back there. You guys will see some of that stuff. It'll probably be on the Patchy Lander channel. Other than that, see you in the next one.